guys, welcome back again. I'm playing with pastels today. I think this is pour number 5 today, and I've only got one that I like so far, and that is this guy here. Although you can't really see my pastels very well, the blue really took over. So I'm trying again. I've scraped a couple of canvases already, and this is going to be my last one for today. So, pouring medium, I'm just using floetrol today. I haven't got any of my other mixed up, and I don't feel like making any more, so I'm just going to do floetrol today. And I'm doing that at a ratio of 2.5 floetrol to 1 paint. So in my cups, I've weighed them, and I've put 150 grams of floetrol in each cup, and I added 60 grams of global impasto paint. So that's what I've got there. And it's a nice creamy consistency. If you pick your stick up and let the paint run down and then count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I like to be able to count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I like to be able to count somewhere between 8 and 10 before the paint starts to break. And then I know that I've got it right. So if you can count to 8 before your paint breaks, then that's all good. Alright, so for cells today, I'm using the treadmill silicone. And what have I got in there today? I've got, say 200. So I usually go 1 drop per 30 grams. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. I'll do 5. 1, 2, whoops, 3, 4, 5. I won't do any in the white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I did 1 drop per 30 grams, it would be about 7 drops. This one's got a little bit more in there, so I'll do that one, another bit in there, and another little bit in my blue, just for luck. Okay, now because it's the treadmill silicone, it's really thin, so I'm only going to go around 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I think that's enough. I'm going to do 3 flip cups with the other one that I showed you just before. That one I did one big, it was a big square container, and I flipped it over, and then I tilted really quickly before my cells had a chance to grow. So I tilted while they were still small, and then as I tilted they grew, so they didn't get too badly out of shape. But I'm just going to do the 3 flip cups and just see if maybe I can get some of these pastels to show up. So for the blue, I have the Deep Space, which is the navy, and then white, and Bora Bora, which is like a mint green, very pretty, Peony Pink, which is a pale pink, and then this one is called Shrimp. It's kind of a coral, light terracotta colour, so all very pretty. Now, I'm not going to layer, I'm just going to pour, and I'm going to just pour each colour in once. So a bit of blue in the bottom, and I'm just going to pour the colours straight in. Normally I start with white in the bottom, but I'm going to see what happens if I just change it up and put my darkest colour in first. Might not make any difference. It might, I don't know. So for a 40 by 40 centimetre canvas, I've worked out that I need 800 grams of mixed paint for 40 by 40. So if I'm doing 40 by 80, I need to double that to 1600. And if I'm doing 40 by 120, I need to triple that to 2400 grams. So this is a 40 by 50, so I need over 800. So I'm hoping I've got about 1000 here today. I'm just going to pour the pink in. And it's a 40 by 50 centimetre canvas, which is a 16 by 20 inch. I'm getting good with my US conversions, all the practice. Okay, so that was the pink that had gone in. Now I think I'll put some, might only put half the white. And then my green. Beautiful cells popping up already on the surface of the cup. So try that with your paints. If you're really unsure about your consistency, mix up your paint, grab some on your stick, let it tilt, and just see how long it takes. If you're getting 8 seconds without the paint breaking, great. If you're getting maybe 12 seconds before it starts breaking, it might be a little bit too thin. I like to do it between 8 and 10. If it starts breaking at sort of 8 or 9, then I know I've got it just perfect. Right, last little bit of white going in. Oh, let's hope that this doesn't turn to mud, since I've poured them in at a height and a bit of pressure. Okay, that's it. Well, the cups look really pretty. I've got lots of cell action happening there. And I should have enough to bring the cup down and back up the center again. So I'll put that right on the side. That way it'll come down there and up. That one will come down there and up. And this one, have a bit off the side because that'll come down and then I'll bring the rest up. Wow, look at that. You probably can't see that. That is so pretty. I poured the pink straight into the navy blue. Gorgeous. I did spray my empty cups with just a tiny bit of silicone spray, and then I wiped the excess out with a paper towel. It just helps the paint release out of the cup so it all comes out. I don't know if you can see that, but the top of the cup's clean and you can see the paint sitting at about there. So all that paint has released and dropped down. All right, cross fingers. Last pour for today, 5. I'm over it. Let's hope this works. Okay, number 1. Looks quite thick, actually. Didn't expect it to look quite that thick with just floetrol. Just take that off the corner there. And then any leftover paint, I'm just going to pop on these corners. Just helps the paint flow a little bit better if you've got all your corners covered. Sometimes I'll make up extra paint, like an extra white, and use that on my corners. But I figured I'm going to have plenty of paint today, so I didn't do that. So let's hope that's the right decision. Okay, well they look quite dull, don't they? Pastel-y colours. They're certainly not bright and popping. Okay, quick torch. These are pretty here. The mint against the navy, really pretty. Okay, now I'm not going to wait any longer because I don't want the cells to stretch too much out of shape. we'll get to tilting. Okay, that's done. I don't want to go too crazy and push the paint off the side because I lose all this in the middle. So I'll just leave those for now. Anyway, these orange ones are pretty, aren't they? Right in the middle there. Very nice. Little terracotta cells. Okay, let's go the other way. Bit of zigzagging to get down there. Use the weight of the paint to push the other paint around. Probably could get to that corner there, but I don't want to ruin it. Like I said, this is my 5th one today. I think I'm just going to play it safe. And leave a lot of paint on the surface. Doesn't have to all come off. Just pop a little bit of navy there. Cover that little end there. And a little bit of navy there. Whoops, cups are falling over. All right. Now, check my composition. This big cell here, I don't know that I can move that very much at all. If I try and shrink that one back down, these will overstretch. I'll just move it just a touch. I think that's about it. I've just moved, all I did was move the paint back into the center of the canvas. Okay, now a little bit of torching just to see if there's any silicone that still wants to come up. But it's probably all been up to the surface already. The treadmill silicone oil is really quite thin, and I find I don't get a lot of cell action once I've tilted. I think the silicone has already come up to the surface, so I don't get a lot. I might get a few little cells popping up, but I certainly don't get a lot. If you've seen my other flip cup pours, you will have noticed that when I use my other pouring medium that's got the PVA and the global pouring medium in it, I get a lot more background. Using the same amount of treadmill silicone, I do get more background. With the floetrol on its own, I just get cells, massive cells. I don't get a lot of background, so that's something that's a bit different with just using floetrol. So there's nothing wrong with that. If you like a lot of cells, then just use plain floetrol. But if you want some background, like I do try to get some background, then reduce your floetrol and add a little bit of pouring medium and a little bit of glue, and that will just reduce the ratio of floetrol in your pouring medium. Now, how are my sides looking? There's a little bit there that's hasn't got any paint on it. Let's pop some there. And I think just for floetrol, it's quite a good result. What do you think? You think that's pretty good? Well, it's the best so far with trying to get those pastels to show up, because they've been really difficult to get them to show up. Okay, so that's that one. I'll show you the other one. It was a different technique. This one had the coconut milk hair serum in it. And that one's got the treadmill silicone in it. I don't know whether or not you can see a difference. But in that blue one, the pastels really did hide. They didn't show up very well at all. So I think I'll stop with the pastels now. I've done it. This is probably the best I can do with pastels. They tend to be very opaque, the pastels, and you don't really get that bright pop and multicolored cells that, well, I personally like to get, because I've probably got too many opaque colors in here. Whereas if I use different colors, totally different colors, some are opaque, some are transparent, some are semi-transparent, and I do get better cells. I get cells inside cells and better colors. But anyway, it's not bad. I can see a little bit of pink. The pink got taken over by the blue and the green. Once it's dry, hopefully those colours will come out a little bit better. But I do still think I prefer my first one from today. All right, let's take you in for a close-up. Oops, it's a bit bright, isn't it? There we go, that's better. More realistic with the colours. So I think that will be it for me for today. 5 pours and only 2 that I'm relatively happy with. I don't know that we can ever be totally 100% happy with the pour. There's always going to be bits that we don't like, but that's paint, isn't it? It does what paint wants to do. And we have to learn to just be happy with what we do. And yeah, keep on practicing. Okay, so I will see you for the next pour. Bye for now.